welcome to the Friends and Flayers podcast. This is Alex, your DM. I wanted to welcome you to our first gameplay episode entitled Dearly Departed. It was a lot of fun playing with the guys. It was a little bit of a shorter game session than we're used to. We decided to make characters that day, and it was a little bit short because we did a stat draft and took up a lot of our normal session time. We were initially going to include the stat draft to the podcast, but ended up being a little boring because everyone took it seriously and drafted the best characters they could. I digress. This episode is the first of many, hopefully, and we hope you enjoy it. If you want to reach out to us, you can do so by writing a review on iTunes, telling us if you like the podcast or not, or even emailing us at friendsandflayers@gmail.com. Well, I'll let you guys get to it. Enjoy the show.
I suppose since I'm first, I will start.
Sure.
Should we just do a whole spiel, like a whole breakdown?
Yeah,
Final.
let's do
I am Zach. I am playing a half-elf bard named Orlando Nash. My strength modified is 14, dex modified 16, con modified 16, intelligence modified 11, wisdom modified 14, and charisma modified 20.
All right. I'm Joel. I'm playing a barbarian yet to be named, and I know my strength with a modifier is 19. My dex is 16. My con with modifier is 16. Intelligence, wisdom, and charisma are all 12s.
I'm Tony. I'm playing a human paladin named Marhalt. Modified strength 18, dex 14, con 15, intelligence 12, wisdom 15, and charisma 16.
Hello, my name is Matt. I will be donning the role of Flan the Warlock.
Love Flan.
My strength is 12, dexterity 15, constitution 12, intelligence a surprising 16, wisdom 12, and charisma a humble yet sturdy 16.
Okay, I am Sponge. I will be playing Aldrin, the Druid Dragonborn, with a modified strength of 14, a dex of 14, a con of 15, intelligence of 12, wisdom of 17, charisma of 12.
We got Orlando Nash, Nameless, Marhalt, Flan, and Uldren.
Can you just keep the name Nameless? I'm a half-orc barbarian. I go by Nameless.
Maybe, because you said something about your backstory, maybe is you were cursed. Maybe that's part of the problem is you lost your name. So you don't know if you're actually the orc or the gnome.
No. So, the gnome is named Reginald.
Oh, okay.
His name is, what did I say? Oh, Reginald Thistlewhite.
That's such a good gnome name.
I know it is!
It just sounds vaguely alt-right. There, I said it.
How dare you?
You laugh, but there was a whole alt-right stink at my office this week because of an emoji in our office chat platform.
Can we make another podcast and we'll just talk politics and we'll call it alt-right stink? Anyway.
Yeah, so what's your barbarian's name? 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love it.
I'm looking on a generator. Hold on, I gotta find
Your
something
name
that
is the
speaks to
sound
me.
of Joel finishing.
Oh my god.
No wonder your wife's not pleased.
Yep, it's a mess.
Later
There
I'm showing her my O face.
Gorham. That's it.
Gorham.
Gorham.
Okay.
How do you spell that?
Gorem.
Gorham. All right.
Can you-
Gorham.
Should we put like an apostrophe after the R? Just your name is Gorham?
Gorham.
I don't know. Just saying. Okay.
Gorham. Barely knew him. Of course, Sponge laughs at that bullshit.
I always laugh.
You always laugh. All right, kids. So, how does Orlando, Gorham, Marhalt, Flan and Uldren know each other. Or do you?
So we're on the way to the festival, correct?
Mm-hmm. Basically what I have as the first session is you guys are got hired to protect a merchant traveling to the festival. But do you guys have a pass before that, or was this just he picked you guys each individually and now you guys are in this party?
Well, I don't know. I got to come up with a whole new backstory now. So,
Well,
I like to believe Flan was picked for his incredible ability, and also he was incredibly cheap.
The bargain discount mercenary, Flan.
I
am on my way.
Hired.
I don't know if I was hired on to protect anyone, per se. I mean, I could definitely do that, but I think I was sent to the festival to perform.
Maybe you used it as a way of getting there and getting paid to go there.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
I was hired on to protect people, but I'm not actually going to protect people. I'm just going to try and sneak on stage.
Yeah, like you plan on going there to perform, but like you didn't have the means to do so. So you're like, well, if I get hired, I get a free ride, and I doubt bandits are really going to attack.
A classic blunder.
Yeah. So are you guys going to be know each other from the past, or just going to we'll learn as we go?
I think I'm just going to be a wanderer from outside my country.
Okay.
I have never been to the main city before. This is sort of my first foray there. So I don't think that I necessarily know anyone.
Okay. That is completely valid. I need to switch my windows up on my monitors. Okay. So, from what I gather, is you guys don't want to know each other.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Okay.
At least some, a little bit of magic.
All right. One thing we need to talk about is tokens for Roll20. Let me pull up my little sheet of notes, and I'll get a reading. How now, brown cow? The Human Torch was denied a bank loan. What?
Goddamn. I just don't know which image I want to go with. I'm torn.
Just use this one. What? Orlando. Nash. You sit at your roadside camp for the night. Talbot, your current employer, is hunting around for things to put in your stew. You're all around the fire. It's been some time since Talbot has left for his nightly hunt for ingredients. Since he's been gone, you've gathered rocks and wood for a decent-sized fire pit. The pop and crackle of fire is the only sound you hear. Talbot's wagon sits a ways away from the fire pit. The light from the pit glows brightly despite the now setting sun, and it shines on the words painted on the side of the wagon. Talbot Turner treats all ailments, A-L-E-M-E-N-T, doctor and brewmaster. Mended bones and souls. Talbot's horse, Nellie, is tethered to a nearby tree. You remember him saying he doesn't trust those magic carriages everyone uses in Neptune. You look at your party members to fill the almost silence. Please introduce your characters and tell me what they look like.
My name is Orlando Nash. I am a half-elf who stands about 5'7". On the smaller side. I have long hair. It's blondish. No notable scars or features or anything like that. I currently don a blue robe with gold sort of, I hate to use the word lace, but like tied around the edges of it.
Trim?
And,
is that the word you were looking for?
Perfect. That is exactly the word I was looking for. Blue gold trim. Always looking for some good trim. And you can usually find me playing a small harp, or as some call a half harp for a half elf. And this half harp has the initials ON on it for Orlando Nash.
Should I assign who's going next, or Flan?
Yes.
All right. Flan is completely covered in robes. He has his hood up, and he's wearing a mask that just covers his entire face. There's two little slits covered in, like, smoked glass that he kind of peers out of. He's a very hunched figure, and you can kind of tell from the way the hood falls that he has pointed ears. He's just kind of staring at the fire, kind of looking around every now and then, and not really saying too much. He's wearing some pretty weird shoes.
Good deal.
Tell us more about these shoes.
They look almost like their hooves, or at least that's what the material kind of looks like they're made out of. You just kind of see him peeking out from the bottom of his robes, but aside from that, he's completely covered head to toe.
I don't want to see what is poking out the bottom of Flawn's robe. Thank you. As a quick aside, is there like a full-on character sheet for D&D, or is it, or for Roll20, or is it just the basic info? Because I don't see a way to put in a full character sheet.
For D&D Beyond?
Oh, D&D Beyond, yeah, I'll do that now.
All right. Yeah, you work on that whenever you need to, but we'll continue on. Gorham.
Right. We don't have to do our character voices for the intro, right?
No.
For the description?
No.
Okay. Well, Gorham is a half-elf, orc. Good lord. All these half-elves. You're driving me crazy already. Is a half-orc. He stands about 6'5", black jaw, big underbite, tusks coming out, green skin with a shaved head, and he's just sitting there, kind of muttering to himself. Nobody really knows who or what he's talking to, but he just seems to be having a grand old conversation with somebody.
All right, Uldren.
Okay, Uldren, Dragonborn Druid. I'm 6'3", about 225. Bronze scales, yellow eyes, garbed in what looks to be like hide from various creatures. Has a couple of antlers mounted to his shoulders from a great beast he'd once killed. Wields a spear, a shield, and carries around a drum. So that's about
nice.
it.
Rhythm, I like it. And then finally, Marhalt.
So Marhalt is, get back to my character sheet here. He is 6'2". It's about 205 pounds. He's currently wearing chainmail armor, carries a longsword and a dagger and a shield. And I put in just for our reference, the messenger chat what the shield looks like. Anybody with religion will know that he is a follower or paladin, or at least somebody who follows Tyr, the god of justice.
It is a blue shield with scales on top of a warhammer. That's what it looks like. Pretty baller. Okay. The sun is almost fully down by the time you realize Talbot's been gone for almost a full 2 hours. What do you do?
Flan kind of turns to his companions around the fire, and he looks at the fire, and then he looks back at his companions, and then back at the fire, then back at the companions. Should we see if he's okay, or should we just kind of hop into just looting?
There'll be no looting.
I mean, I feel like he hired us. We should at least go look for him.
Does anyone remember the general direction he left from? Because I built the campfire, and I didn't notice.
What's that, Reggie? No, Reggie didn't see him.
Excuse me, don't mean to be rude. Whom is Reggie?
Oh, Reggie's the little guy that lives inside my head. He's pretty smart.
Is he really smart, or do you think he's smart? Because I feel like there is... Never mind.
I mean, if you want to meet him, all you gotta do is just make me angry, mate.
I would rather not. Usually not my goal to infuriate people I don't know. Unless for good reason. But since we're working together on this mission, maybe I'm the smart one.
Which way did he leave?
Go ahead and roll a survival check.
All right, I'll roll one too. Ugh.
Don't worry about that, Marholt.
Okay.
Uldren, you notice.
I don't even know my stats yet.
Yeah, you keep a working. Aldrin, you know, you look down at the ground and you see the small, delicate footsteps of an old man heading towards the tree line, not too far, about like 40 or 50 feet away from the road. It looks like he went through to look for like wild onions and stuff like that in the forest.
He went this way if anyone's interested.
I'll pretend that I am.
Are you guys following suit? Oh,
Yeah.
Oh yeah. As soon as he says he went that way, I'm gone.
Okay. You follow the...
Yeah,
Oh,
I'll follow suit as well.
Is
As
everyone
do
going?
I.
Okay. Good deal. You find Talbot in a grove of trees. His back is to you. He's looking at a large corpse of what appears to be a young deer that's sitting in front of him. He hears you approach, and he turns around with a sorrowful face. You've been hired by him to be a caravan guard. His name is Talbot Turner. He's an older gentleman of about 60. He's a human. He would be tall, but his posture is just terrible. He has gray hair that makes a horseshoe shape around his head, around the sides of his head, and the top of his head is shiny bald. He wears modest clothes, nothing fancy, but definitely not homespun. The last 3 days of travel has been peaceful with Talbot. He's made you dinner every night. A fantastic dish of some stew, rabbit, some random fowls he was able to fell, fresh flatbreads he's been able to cook over the fires. He's been a very pleasant traveling companion. He seems to know the area very well. Anytime you guys pass any landmark, he gives you a small lecture about its history. Sometimes it's annoying, but other times it fills the silence a long trip tends to have. And this trip has already been about 3 days, and you probably have another week ahead of you. You left the city of Neptune 3 days ago, and you're heading towards Liberation Festival in Burkton.
Right now he's neat.
Talbot's voice is quiet. I'm sorry for not coming back sooner. I just wanted to figure out what could have killed this beautiful animal. You see the carcass of a young deer ahead. Talbot kind of just looks down at the creature dead on the ground, and he just like looks. He's like, it looks perfectly fine, but it's dead.
I'm back. Sorry, lost.
Oh, you're good.
You're good. You have a dead deer in front of Talbot, and he wants to know what killed it. Could you help him?
I'll examine it.
Sure. So either roll a nature or a medicine check for me.
I'll help him on that one.
Oh yeah, I'll need that.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll with advantage because Flan is helping you.
Okay. There we go.
Oh,
there you
That's
go.
better.
It appears the neck was snapped. You assume that it got dropped from a pretty decent distance up in the air. You didn't see any bones protruding or anything like that, but it looks like something dropped it.
I've solved the mystery. It appears that this deer was trying to climb a tree like the silly animal it is, and it was justly punished for trying to go against the natural order.
I would like to play on the harp. Sweet dear, you don't belong in the sky, and you found out by the way of die.
Take a point of inspiration, Orlando Nash.
Yes!
Isn't he supposed to give them?
So, it was a deer who decided to go against God. Mystery solved. Let's get back to the campfire. I'm hungry.
Talbot
I
goes...
think that's what happened here.
I want to look at Talbot, and I say, well, it's dead. Do you think we...
I suppose venison's on the table, then.
Oh, good.
My good Gorham, would you please carry this carcass to the fire, and I will dress it there.
Sure thing. Shouldn't be much of a problem.
Yeah, you heft it up onto your back. With your immense strength, it doesn't seem to be bothering you at all.
I would like, on the walk back, to play my harp. Gorham, you're carrying our venison. The way your muscles ripple, you look quite menacing.
I wish I could give more inspiration, buddy, but I can't. You only get 1 point.
That's fine.
It's beautiful. You guys take it back to camp. Talbot cuts into it, dresses it. He seems to be a pretty capable traveler. It seems like he's traveled a lot, especially by looking at his cart. It looks pretty beat up. It looks in incredible shape, like it's in perfect working condition. But like you see nicks and scrapes on it, where you can tell it's definitely traveled. When he gets back to camp after he's done dressing it, he walks up to his horse and goes, "Oh, sweet Nelly, you're better than any of those damn carriages." And he hands her some oats as he feeds. The venison's on the fire cooking. It's starting to smell delicious. He created a small stew. He gathered some herbs and stuff from the woods. And he's cooking another set of flatbread for you guys to dip into the stew he's making.
I would like to mutter under my breath, you don't have to feed magical carriages.
He looks over at you. Yes, but they don't break down as Nelly doesn't break down as much as a stupid magic carriage.
If Nelly is anything like the deer we are currently eating, magical carriages also don't die.
Good point.
So that does bring up a question. How much blood do you think this carriage needs to go? Would you say it gets maybe 4 or 5 miles to the soul, or...
He looks at you. I don't think that's how it works. But who knows? It's magic. It's a mystery to most.
Certainly a mystery to me and Reggie.
Is there anything you guys want to do before you set up for the night?
Oldman looks around at the group and says, "You're all an odd lot."
What's that, Reg? No, I don't really have anything I need to do. Right, we'll just eat and then go to bed.
All right.
Sounds good.
They say that is incredibly bad for your digestion. I think I'll take first watch tonight to make sure I don't have any nightmares. And then just slowly starts laughing in a very, very deep voice.
I know, Reg. I'm gonna get nightmares from him too.
The meal gets finished. He goes, "Oh, who's gonna be set up for watch?"
Did you not pay attention to me?
I really do, Flan. I really do.
And that is why when the time comes, you will die last.
Orlando says that he would like to take first watch with Flan, as I'm right in the middle of writing this amazing song that I need to finish, so I'm not ready to go to bed quite yet.
I would love to hear the first couple bars.
Aldrin will take second watch.
I'll do second watch as well.
Okay.
How many watches are we setting up?
We'll just do 3.
I'll take the last watch.
Okay. Your Talbot goes, yeah, I'll sit with you, Marhalt. That sounds like a fine time.
Fine.
Okay, guys. Can everyone roll me a d20?
I can, but I won't be happy about it.
Holy shit. We both rolled 19s.
It's like Zach's getting screwed. No, never mind.
I'm not getting screwed the worst.
You're only getting partially screwed.
Okay.
Sorry, Sponge.
Tony? What'd you roll, Tony?
That's how the
I rolled
dice roll.
14.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
So Flan and I. I'm glad that
you guys actually
rolled a 3.
Surprisingly, the night goes pretty uneventful.
All according to plan.
You wake up the next morning, and Talbot has already started breakfast. It's a flapjack basically, and then he has a little bit of bacon in the griddle as well.
Yes, deer bacon, my favorite.
It's actually pig bacon. He's carrying it with him. It's very salted. He serves it with a smile. Good morning. Me and Marhalt have made you breakfast. Well, Marhalt sat there and watched, but I appreciated his company.
While he was preparing breakfast, I kind of meditated a little bit, then prayed to Tyr.
Good deal.
Before we eat, I should probably go and do the completely normal thing that is going to get water.
All right.
I will go get water.
There's a stream.
Would you like some company?
It would be appreciated, for getting water often is very heavy. Also, I will require buckets. 2 at minimum.
He goes, we usually drink out of the water skins, Flan. I know your social norms are different than mine, seeing as you're a city folk from Neptune, but, we use water skins, boy. We're traveling. Buckets spill in the cart, and I can't have my cart being wet.
No, I meant for other breakfast things. For the water in the water skin is finite, and the water that comes from the bucket is replenishable. It's called renewable water. I'm going to get water. I'll be back.
But do you need someone strong to carry that for you? Because Reggie and I could help.
That would be appreciative.
All right,
But
let's go.
don't feel like you need to. I'm just doing the completely normal thing that is going to get water.
No, it's no trouble at all, really. Reggie and I like to walk. We'll go.
Very well. You may join me in my quest for liquid nourishment. Come.
Quests.
And, yeah.
You see
Is there
Talbot
a
just
stream
kind of
nearby?
like, yeah, there's one in the, there's a creek in the wood line that you guys found the deer in.
All right. Well, while they go off and get water and do their weird thing, I will finish. I'll start breaking down camp, put bed rolls, whatnot.
Sounds good.
I'll assist in breaking down camp.
Awesome. Yeah, you guys. It takes.
I am not going to assist in breaking down camp.
That makes the most sense with your character. You guys break down camp. It takes about an hour. Flan, what are you doing collecting water for?
It's for my totally normal reasons. And definitely not trying to communicate with my patron. It's cool.
And then there's Gorham.
Who is talking to a unseen creature.
Reggie.
How does everyone feel about Gorham and Reggie so far?
I don't trust Gorham at all.
No. I work with people who talk to themselves day in and day out. I don't trust them. Why would I do it in a fantasy world?
No, I don't. Reggie doesn't bother me. It's the weird guy that doesn't show his face. That guy bothers me.
Oh, Flan.
That is Reggie.
Oh, Flan. Reggie and Gorham are awesome. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, I'm sorry. Joel's character is awesome.
No, I was just saying, like, what does your character feel about, like, him talking to people and stuff?
Oh, I got you. I'm sorry. I misunderstood.
No, you're okay.
I think it's perfectly fine. It doesn't bother me at all.
Okay.
I grew up with people who were batshit crazy, so.
Good deal.
You were molded by the insanity.
Huh?
No, go ahead.
Yeah.
All right, guys. You pack up camp and you start down the road. Basically, you guys are just sitting on the cart. It's filled with barrels. It smells very much like hops and like barley and stuff to make beer. You see, there's a small doctor's bag sitting underneath one of the shelves in the wagon. Talbot tells you, "Yes, I take care of people, and I make a pretty mean mead."
During the whole ride, Flan is staring into this bucket. When he thinks no one is looking, he takes out a crayfish from his pocket and squeezes it into the bucket. He stares into it for a fairly long time, gets upset, and then dumps the whole bucket out the side of the cart.
Oh, Jesus.
Do we see him do this, or is it just kind of a...
Yeah, are you hiding from it? Are you hiding this from everyone, or...
Just a little bit. So
go ahead and roll
be
a sleight of check. Yeah, sleight of hand.
Right. Sleight of hand check.
If it's okay, I'm going to be riding at the front of the cart.
With Talbot?
Watching. Yeah, with Talbot. I'll be his shotgun.
Yeah,
Gorham's gonna be in the back where it smells like barley.
I'm going to need just a few minutes.
Everyone sees me squeeze this crayfish into a bucket, stir it around, get visibly upset, and then throw the whole bucket overboard.
I'm gonna Flan, what are you doing with the with the bucket and the crawfish?
It is how you say, it seemed like a good idea at the time.
As I walk by, I'm gonna pick up the crawfish that was dumped and eat it.
Okay. That makes the most sense.
Can't let good food go to waste.
You guys are traveling down the road. You come across a carriage stopped on the side of the road. Steam is pouring out of the driver's stone that pulls the carriage. A human stands fanning the stone with a length of cloth. He is younger than Talbot, but you would still call him old. He wears the purple vestments of the Moldir Trading Company. If anyone wants to, you can roll a history check to see what they are.
Ooh, I am all over that. Let me just check my history score.
Real quick, Joel, are you keeping notes like last time?
Yes. We already asked, yes.
Fantastic.
I love how I'm the official note taker.
Because you did such a good job.
And also, I mean this in the most loving way possible. You don't really have to do much as a barbarian.
Oh, well, that's true too.
So you got time.
That's true.
The Moldir Trading Company is a world-renowned trading company from the city of Moldir, which is located near the shield wall in the northern part of Asun. The carriage is loaded down with goods. Strapped to the top of the carriage is some strange-looking shamblemen, or maybe some sort of effigy. The man looks up from his work cooling off the driver's stone. Ah, good day!
Well met, sir. How are you?
Ugh, I could be better. My carriage is, it's died. The way the carriage is facing, it's facing, like it's going the opposite way down the road.
Perhaps you should not load down your cart with so many false idols.
Oh, that's probably the problem. I, got all these free, I don't even know what to call them, shamblemen, from a guy near Crater Lake. He was giving it up for free, and, well, as a trader, you can't pass up free inventory. I've been trying to sell them to people up north past Crater Lake before circling back and going to the Brookton Festival.
Can you describe one more time what these effigies look like?
Sure. I was hoping somebody would ask. The shamblemen look like an exaggerated take of what you've heard a goblin looks like. Green skin, jagged teeth, pointed ears, all oversized, on a large head, with a very undersized body underneath. Yeah, the guy said they're full of fireworks. We're supposed to light them off on Liberation Day.
Your cane Funko Pops displease me.
May I inspect your cargo, sir?
Are you the Fuzz?
I don't say
a little bit.
I just glower at him. I just stare at him. Straight face.
I would like to approach him, and I'm going to minor illusion, whatever the cop equivalent of a badge is in this area, and I'm going to say, actually, I am, my good man, and I must request that we look into what's in your carriage.
Go ahead, roll a deception check for me.
I'm already moving towards the back just in case.
Yeah, with that,
16.
he goes, yeah. You see Talbot kind of like look at you with like a quizzical look. Orlando, when I met you, you were just simply a musician. You weren't a police officer.
I can't unveil all my secrets, Talbot.
Oh.
We've only been traveling for 3 days.
Okay.
If you'll excuse me, and I'm going to pocket the fake badge, and I'm going to then minor illusion a set of lips with a finger going up to them.
Okay. Yeah, Talbot sees your gesture. Make a sleight of hand check to see if the trader sees it.
That is a 14.
Yeah. Let's see with perception. Yeah, the trader is more interested in looking at Marhalt and see what he's doing. It's just trade goods, nothing too special. I honestly
excuse me, sir. You received free explosive devices. I would like to see what is in them. Yeah, well, we'll find out for sure. These could be dangerous. They could be trying to sabotage. They could be devices trying to sabotage the festival. Sure. I'm going to inspect them.
I say, Marhalt, go ahead and inspect them. Sir, go ahead and have a seat here. And I want to look at Gorham, and I say, Gorham, would you mind keeping an eye on this gentleman?
Not at all. Me and Red's got it.
Yeah, you go over to the carriage. It's literally like stacked on stacks of these shamblemen. You take one down and you inspect it. It's mostly made of straw. It's sewn together very well. Like the idea of this is some sort of like thing that's going to have explosives in it is rather surprising. But you get inside like the center part, and you find a small cloth bag, and it's like a drawstring bag, and there's a very intricate knot located in the top of it.
I'm going to untie the knot.
Sure. Go ahead and make a dex check for me. Yeah, you're able to untie the knot pretty well. You open up the drawstring bag, and inside of it is a small amount of strange black powder. It's basically, it looks like there's like black with hues of blue and red. They seem to like shimmer a little bit. Roll me an investigation check. Yeah, as far as you can tell, you think it's gunpowder. It looks like it's a low grade firework. It doesn't look like it's going to do very much. Like it's going to be like a pop and sizzle, but his cart might be an issue if it went off. But like if one of these was spaced out enough, it wouldn't do any harm to anyone.
Nash.
Yes, sir.
Would you please take a look at this? Tell me what you think.
Absolutely. I'm going to look at it. Do I also see it as gunpowder?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I give it a sniff, and I say, this is reverse cocaine. No, I believe it's just gunpowder. And I look back at the traveler, and I say, are you sure that you have nothing to hide?
No, the man gave them to me. He said he just was really happy to be rid of the goblins, and as tradition around these parts, they burn effigies. I think it's a little bit barbaric, but, you know, if I can make some coin off of it, might as well.
What's that about barbaric?
Who was the man, and where is he now?
Oh, he was just north of Crater Lake. A human, kind of nondescript. He just had like a stand of them next to the road. I was probably like a mile out of town.
I'm sorry. What is our driver's name?
Talbot.
Talbot.
Mm-hmm.
Talbot. Have you ever seen these before?
Well, it's normal around here to do those, but I've never seen such high quality ones before.
That's what I'm afraid of.
And, what exactly?
Something is wrong with these.
What exactly is your name, good sir?
Oh, my name is Callum Cartwright. And he puts his hand up to shake.
Would you mind if we destroyed one of your effigies in the name of science? And maybe dark gods?
Well, if you're willing to pay for it, sure.
How much do you want for your free...
2 silver.
I interject real quick. Sir, this is a police matter. I think that since you've got these for free, you can lose one of them for free.
He stands up, he goes, but I'm a businessman, and I have a writ of business which overcomes some legal matters. And you see him pull out a piece of paper. It has like basically his contract. Basically, he's able to sell whatever he wants in this area.
And just then, Gorham goes, "I'll shake your hand, and I'll just grab it and crush it."
Roll an intimidation check. If you want to use your strength instead of your charisma, go right ahead.
I mean...
I do appreciate that we're starting off crushing hands and harassing the common folk who are simply trying to...
Natural 1.
With Callum's years of experience on the road as a salesman, he's not intimidated by a firm handshake. He actually grips your hand, and you start to feel it. Take 1 point of damage.
Reggie, that didn't work like we thought it would.
Yeah, he keeps intense eye contact. You don't think the hand is the part that hurts. I think it was your pride that gained you some wounds.
I look at Marhal and I say, perhaps the hired muscle.
I will pay him the 2 silver.
He opens his hand and takes it greedily and goes, thank you.
Timing.
Okay.
We've acquired overpriced effigy.
Put it on my gravestone.
All right. Yeah. I guess. Mind if I take the effigy?
I do actually.
Oh.
He does look at you very menacingly.
Well, then fine. I hand him a gold piece. And I say, how many will this get me?
I have a special 3 for a gold piece, and he gives you 3 and takes the gold piece before you can actually
I don't think
do
that's
the
how
math.
the math... Regardless, material possessions are not my concern.
Yeah,
I take all 3.
Yeah, he unloads 3 of them.
Yeah, I would like to make an investigation check here.
Sure.
So give me 1 sec. Aha!
Yeah, you notice the same things that sees. You pull open the drawstring bag and look inside of it. Make an Arcana check for me.
Gotcha. Ooh, that's convenient.
No.
Magic ain't real.
Yeah,
I have
Another
tasted.
nat
I have tasted
one.
the substance.
Yeah.
There's no other explanation. These are false idols filled with very cheap gunpowder,
you did exactly what you think.
and we will destroy them in the name of the Dark Ones and science.
Exactly which dark ones are you speaking of?
How many Dark Ones do you know?
I know
What's
they
the
all need to be
science that you
vanquished.
speak of?
A few of my friends are dark ones, all right. Let's not get too hasty here.
I know the dark ones need to be vanquished. That is what I know.
Racist much?
I start to pull on my collar a little bit, and I say, "Anyway, traveler."
You know that his name is Callum.
Oh, sorry. I am going to callously disregard his name, and I say, "Traveler, we've concluded our search. I think you may be on your way."
Well,
Now hold on.
that's
Before
a
you go-
problem. I'm unable to move seeing as my carriage is broken down. I was hoping maybe I would be able to get a lift to a farm not too far away. They could probably help me there, if you wouldn't mind, if you were so kind. And Talbot,
Maybe.
Talbot
But
goes,
I have-
Talbot goes, of course. Hop on.
Maybe, but before we take on this stranger, my inquiry is not yet satisfied. And
Okay.
I set up I set up my 3 effigies right next to his cart.
he goes, oh no. He jumps down from Talbot's
Eldritch
cart
Blast,
and goes,
Eldritch Blast, Eldritch
I'm
Blast.
going to
Wait.
start running away.
all right, go ahead and roll your 3 attacks.
Gotcha. What is my modifier for that? 1 sec. Gotcha. All right.
You should have like a +5 to hit.
Yep, it is. I just wanted to make sure it was the 5.
Can I? Wait, Eldritch Blast is an attack roll, right?
It's an attack roll.
It's
Okay.
a cantrip.
For the sake of
That was so
everyone,
much.
Never mind. Go for it.
Yeah, Matt, you hit all 3 of them with your 3 separate attacks. Roll damage.
I like to imagine my Eldritch Blast is it's a red just beam that shoots from my fingertips, but it's all like crackly and sparkly, and it smells faintly of sawdust.
Where's your
Okay.
third roll?
Yeah, what's your third
Oh.
roll?
Oh, no,
Aha.
it's there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I missed that up there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so 5, 2, and a 4.
Yeah, you do your finger guns, and they blast apart, but they don't light on fire.
Aha! Just as I assumed. Much like these false idols, your goods are also faulty. I demand my gold piece back.
He goes, no refunds, no returns, and he points to his carriage, and it says brightly, no refunds, no returns.
I didn't think I would have to do this, but you leave me no other choice. I cast Create Campfire.
Okay.
Should I?
You do you, man.
Everyone cool? No hard feelings?
Yeah, I'm not gonna do anything.
I've already
I-
walked away.
Huh?
I forgive, but I don't forget.
Fair enough. Burn! Burn, ye false gods!
Where are you creating the campfire?
On the remains of my
Effigy.
effigies.
All right.
Yeah.
You see the small bag light up, and a small pop happens, and there's a blue and red like flash, and you hear a sizzle, and then you smell a very strong sulfur smell. But other than that, nothing really happens.
Your dumb fart effigies displease me further. I'm out of vengeance. That's all I got. I will consider my gold piece vengeanced. That's the word. And I crawl back into the cart, and I grab the other bucket, and I start looking into it listfully.
Well, like I said, that concludes our investigation. Let's roll. Let's go.
Yeah, he goes, I'll still be taking that ride to the farm. It's a few miles off, and I'd rather get my cargo secured sooner rather than later. He kind of looks down and looks at all of you. Adventurers. And Talbot kind of pats his back and is like, yeah, I know.